Hey guys, welcome back to Matlock's Toy Room Reviews, and today I have a very awesome box set. As you can see, this is the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles by Neca. I got this from a guy on YouTube, very cool guy, ES13, not sure how you pronounce that, but put his annotation or a link below. Very cool guy, just went to a toy show, saw this for a good price, picked it up, and just shot a video and specifically to me and said, hey, I thought you'd like this. So we ended up doing a deal, bought this from him. Very awesome, very glad to get this, man. I really appreciate you doing that for me. This is a set that I looked into when I first heard about them, but they were pretty pricey, so I passed on them, and I was into some other stuff anyway. So I never did get them, but I'm a huge Turtles fan, always have been. But a very cool set. You can see it's a little bit darker, but you get a close up of all four figures in there. And this is cool. They're comic book accurate, I guess, where they're all red. It's kind of unfortunate that they didn't make any of just the regular Turtles with they're all like the same skin tone, and they don't have their colors, of course. They're different headbands or belts or anything. But, that'd be cool. I'm not sure if the line's really been canceled or not, but I know there was supposed to be... They made different ones. I'm just going to scan there so you can read that. If you want to read that, pause it. Real quick, this is made by Neca in 2008. But anyways, you can get either this 4-pack like this. There was a 4-pack like this where they're all black and white, which is how the original comic books were. And then there was a 4-pack with the colored ones like this. That was a Comic-Con exclusive. It has a big sticker here, and most of them were signed by the creators, which is a really rare set. But that set actually has their display bases behind them and even some extra accessories down below, which is awesome. And then, of course, you can buy each one individually. And they come with a bunch of accessories. But if you're going to buy them individually, really, if you're going to buy them any which way, they're going to be expensive. These things are pretty pricey. But a very badass set to have. The only other characters they've made right now is April O'Neil, which was a Comic-Con exclusive, I think. And she was in her blue jumpsuit. It would have been cooler if she was in the yellow. And then they made a little 3-pack of the Mousers, which I think was a Comic-Con exclusive as well. But they keep saying, I heard that they're going to make a Wave 2 with Shredder and like some foot soldiers and stuff. But, that was 6 months ago, a year ago, and I haven't heard anything since, so I don't know if this has really been canceled or not, or if they're going to keep making them. Hopefully they do, because I'd like to see the rest of the line. And I'd really like to see these guys in their right colors, their newer colors, I guess. With the blue, red, orange, and purple. It'd be awesome. But anyways, a very badass set. It's really tempting to keep this thing sealed. Yeah, I've contemplated opening this several times. It's almost too good to just keep in the package, though. But yeah. Let's take a quick break and we'll get these out of the package. Alright guys, and I'm back, and we have the 4 Turtles out of the package. Very meticulous to get these guys out. They used a ton of wire ties, or twisty ties, to get them in there. Anyways, it's kind of weird. I'm kind of weird, I guess. I like to keep, since there's really no way to tell which figure is what, aside from Leonardo because he has his sheaths on his back. I wanted to keep them together with their weapons. So that's kind of disappointing that there's really not much differences between them. There is a little bit, and I'll show you. They did different sculpts on the face, but even then they're not real noticeable. But like, it is accurate to the original comics, I guess, which I never read. But I think most people are bigger fans of the cartoon and everything that launched in the late 80s rather than the comics. So I figured they'd want to do more comic or cartoon oriented turtle-like detail. For instance, here is Donatello, and they all have the same green skin tone. While Donatello is normally like a brown color in the cartoons and stuff, but very cool looking. To give you guys just a look at the detail, the shell looks awesome. See all the detail on the under part of their shell and the outer shell. They got their arm pads and knee pads and their belts. Very cool. Donatello doesn't have any teeth showing. Very awesome. I guess their bandanas are going different ways too, their headbands. His is on the back and kind of going to the left. He does have his cool staff. Try to get a close up of that. Did a really nice detail on it with all the wood grain and then the tape. It looks really good. Very cool. Of course, Donatello is my favorite, but a lot of people's favorite is Leonardo, somewhat of the leader of the turtles. But you can see the same great detail. Everything looks awesome. The bandana is a little bit different. Instead of flowing to the other side, it kind of puffs out like that. So that's cool. They kind of did different designs on him. And he is showing his teeth, gritting his teeth. And then, of course, he's more noticeable because he has his sheaths on the back, which hold his swords, which I haven't even tried to put in there yet. I'm not sure how well they fit. They fit in there fine. I mean, they're really loose, but they're not going to fall out, of course, unless you tip them upside down. But very awesome. It is connected to the back as well as has the band going around it. But I've heard that this can get loose, so you don't want to like put it somewhere so these will get like jammed up to his back right there, because those will loosen up. But he comes with two swords, very nicely detailed swords. It's got a gold and red handle, very nice silver blade, very awesome. And next, let's look at Michelangelo. I just really love the detail they put on that front shell. It looks really good. Let's see the little scuff marks on the knee pads and stuff. Very cool. Kind of weird that the pads don't come around. I mean, of course they did it so it didn't hinder the joint, but still kind of weird. Very awesome. Got some really long necks. And his bandana is a little different. He's gritting his teeth, but I think it's a little different from Leonardo's. Slightly. His mouth kind of comes up to a point. So if you guys are trying to identify certain turtles, Michelangelo's come up to a point. He's still gritting his teeth like Leo, but they're kind of pointy at the ends. Too bad they didn't put the like the regular belts with the letters on it. At least if they didn't do the color, at least they should have done that. That would have been cool. And Leo's weapon, or Michelangelo's weapons, of course. He's got nunchucks, very nice looking nunchucks. Got some red handles, silver metal chains. Comes with two of them, of course. And last but not least is Raphael. Very cool. He is showing his teeth too, but it's a little more laid back. See on this side you can only see one row pretty much of teeth. It's kind of just making a weird face. Very cool. And there's a little headband or whatever is going a different way. Just little slight differences. They do have their little tail, which is kind of funny. You can see that. Yeah, I guess all of them do. Cool, they got their 3 fingers, 2 toes, and they do have peg holes. Like I said, the single carded ones had bases, as well as the Comic-Con set. So they do have figure holes, or peg holes. Very cool. Their weapons are really kind of hard to get in their hands, for the most part. If you can see the width of his staff, can't really slide it in, so you got to kind of pry his fingers apart to do it. And I've been really careful with this set just because I don't want to break it. I'm not sure how fragile these things are. I've never heard of anybody breaking them, but it's a pretty expensive set to just go crazy and just breaking stuff on. So I've been really gentle with them. But the one thing I would like if they would have done to these, I mean, aside from, you know, having their certain colored bandanas and belts and then having their different skin tones, the thing I would really like is if they all had something to hold their weapons. I mean, Leo does, he has the sheaths, but, you know, why doesn't Don have a thing for his staff, or, you know, even the other two to have something for their size, or the nunchucks, which I didn't even look at Raph's size. This is Raphael's size. Cool. Got the red and black and gold on the handle and silver. Comes with 2 of those. But you know, that's kind of disappointing that they all don't have something to put their weapons in. I mean, Leo does. It's just kind of weird that he would and nobody else would, you know. But articulation on these guys, like I said, I'm taking it easy on them. But still show you. They swivel at the top of the head right there. There is a ball joint, which is very noticeable. So you can tip the head down, and it does swivel. So you can turn it at the bottom of the neck too. He has ball jointed shoulders. You guys can see that ball joint. There is a swivel at the upper bicep, a single jointed elbow, and a back and forward pivot at the wrist. Really, you know, no waist movement at all because of the shell. He does have ball jointed hips, if you can see the ball joint there. So they go in and out and spin and everything. And he actually has double jointed knees, if you can see the 2 points and then the in between. And then a nice back and forward pivot at the foot, and no side to side pivot, which would be nice, but not too bad. So you can get some cool poses out of these guys. Like I said, I'm being really careful with them. I'll probably, you know, take my time and pose them up later and put the weapons in their hands and stuff. But for the sake of the video, I don't want to just rush and do something and break them. Well, a very awesome set. Really glad to have this, man. Again, ES13. Just thanks a lot for getting this set and hooking me up with it. Glad to do business with you. Just a badass set to have for any of you Turtles fans out there. I definitely recommend picking this up. And hopefully they didn't kill the line. Hopefully we get some more characters. But anyways, that was the Ninja Turtles NECA box set. Thanks for checking it out.